Good morning. The purpose of this video is to assist with sensory room activities. When student enters the room, tell them that you all are about to do a fun activity, any way that you can just get them excited. This is an opportunity for them to refocus, regroup, not even discuss what was going on prior to entering the room. It is just an opportunity to just reset. Okay, so first we have the balance beam here. I would suggest having the student to stay on the balance beam and maybe walk back and forth maybe 2 or 3 times. Just use your own discretion. The second activity would be come over here to the trampoline and jump, maybe counting to 10. Engage the students, celebrate counting to 10. Maybe even as they're jumping, clap their hands over their head or something like that. Then the third thing, and get them involved. Let them kind of think of something that they can do as they're jumping. After they've completed the 10 jumps, then on these pads here that change color as the students step on them, maybe even some jumping jacks, maybe about 5 times instead of the 10, and therefore their heart rate has an opportunity to cool back down just a little. Then maybe you can transition over here onto the pads here. Have the student to crawl through the tunnel. And as you can see, the tunnel is facing the ball pit. Once the student exits the tunnel, allow them to go into the ball pit and maybe say, hey, let's see how many you can pick up by the time I count to 20. And you just begin counting. Let them collect them. See how intuitive that they can be, to see if they can carry as many balls as they can. Let them know when the time is up, because you're celebrating, you're being very excited about it. As they exit the ball pit with those balls, or as many as they can carry out, have them come back towards the door, towards the entry of the door, and have them come back and stand maybe at some point, maybe where the color of the floor begins to intercede with the blue, maybe if it was an imaginary point right here. Have them stand at that point, depending on the age of the student, or even farther back if you can. Have them to begin to throw their balls back into the pit. This is an opportunity to clean up while having fun. They have no idea that they're just cleaning back up the balls that they brought out in case some of them fell on the floor, what have you. Have them go and get those, see how quickly they can get them back in, and things of that nature. Then after that, have them to come over here to the pad once more again. Possibly if that student wants to, maybe they can crawl on all four on their knees, or they can just stand up and walk. And ask them to come to the splash pad here. Have them to turn with their back to the crash pad. I'm sorry, I said splash, I meant crash. To the crash pad, have their back to it, and then just release. Fall back into the crash pad. And as they do that, you're just speaking softer and softer and softer. Allow them to do this about 10 times, because remember, they have really gotten their heart rate up. They've been really excited about doing this. This is their extreme cool down time, their reset time. Once they have done it, they've counted to 10. You're going to help them back up and say, okay, how does that feel? You feel great? Wonderful. So now, hey, let's go use the restroom, and then maybe escort them to either the next transition if they're transitioning to a class, or back into the classroom. This is just an opportunity to give you about less than 5 minutes of 5 to 10 minutes of structural cool down time in the sensory room. These are just some ideas that were shared with me from Mrs. Schrader. So I wanted to share it with you all. Couldn't think of a way to get it to you other than video. And so hopefully you all understand. Of course, you're not isolated to doing this. Switch it up, change it up. Even if you want to do it in reverse order, mix up order, leave out something, add something, whatever you need to do. But remember, this is an opportunity for the student to reset, cool down, and hopefully the sensory room will become a place not just once they are upset, but it is to prevent the onset of any type meltdowns. So if we can just build those into their days according to their IEPs, that will be absolutely wonderful. Thank you all for your time.